The dark web is not a place for love. It's a maze of secrets. A digital underworld. I went there for other reasons. Not for a person. Not for a connection. But, well, I found one. Her name was Nyx. At least, that's what she called herself. Her profile picture was a silhouette, a shadow against a city skyline. She was a mystery from the start. We met in a forum about obscure code, a place where identities are meant to stay hidden. But her words were different. They felt real. We started with private messages, simple things at first. We talked about the code, about the digital walls we built around ourselves. She understood the need for privacy, the desire to be someone else. Her sentences were short, punchy, just like mine. I told her my name was Orion. I showed her a picture of a man I found online. He was handsome, confident, everything I felt I was not. She sent one back. A beautiful woman with laughing eyes. A stock photo, I was sure. We both knew the rules of this game. Our connection grew stronger each day. It was a strange kind of intimacy. We shared our deepest thoughts, our fears, our dreams, things I had never told anyone. I felt like I knew her. The real her. Not the fake name or the stolen picture, but the person behind the screen, the one typing messages in the middle of the night. I started to care about this shadow, this digital ghost. I found myself waiting for her replies. My heart would beat faster when a notification appeared. It was foolish. It was dangerous. It was love. This wasn't supposed to happen. Love is for the real world, for people who use their real names, for people who show their real faces. But our connection felt more real than anything I had experienced before. We were two liars, falling for the lies we told each other. I wondered what she was hiding. Was she as lonely as I was? Was she also pretending to be someone she wasn't? The danger was part of the thrill. We were two spies in a secret war of affection, and I was determined to win. The romance was a tightrope walk. Every message was a step, a careful, calculated movement. I wanted to know more about her, but I couldn't ask directly. That would break the unspoken rules. So, I started planting little traps. I'd mention a small local coffee shop. A place I knew well. I'd say, I saw a woman there today who looked like your picture. A lie, of course. I wanted to see her reaction. Would she slip up? Would she say something that revealed her location? Her responses were always clever. She never took the bait. She was good at this game. She played her own games too. She would talk about a concert happening in a city far from me. Are you going to the show, Orion? She'd ask. It was a test, a way to see if my story was consistent. I had built a detailed fake life for Orion. He lived in Chicago. He worked in finance. He had friends I made up from whole cloth. I had to remember every detail, every lie. One wrong move and the whole thing would crumble. The tension was exciting. It was a dance of deception, and she was a beautiful partner. Our conversations became more intense. We started talking on voice calls, using voice changers, of course. Her voice was low and smooth, a digital whisper. It sent shivers down my spine. I used a program to make my voice deeper, more confident, like the man in the picture I sent her. Hearing her, even a fake version of her, made it all feel more real. It made the danger more present. We were so close, yet we were worlds apart. Two voices in the dark, pretending to be people we were not. One night, she almost caught me. She sent me a link to a news article. It was about a minor traffic accident in my actual neighborhood. This happened near you, right? She asked casually. My blood ran cold. How could she know? Was it a lucky guess, or did she know something about me? I quickly invented a reason. I told her a friend of Orion lived there, that he had just been talking about that street. I felt my hands shake as I typed the lie. She was getting closer. The game was becoming more dangerous. I had to find out who she was. The mystery was consuming me. I couldn't just be in love with a name and a fake picture anymore. I needed the truth. I started using my skills, the same skills I used to navigate the dark web. I began to analyze her digital footprint. Every message she sent, every file. I looked for metadata, for clues hidden in the code. I traced her IP address, but it was a dead end. She was using a complex network of proxies. She was a professional, just like me. My obsession grew. I spent hours searching for the woman in the picture she sent. I ran the image through every reverse image search engine I could find. For days, nothing. Then, I found her. The picture was from a small independent clothing brand's website. The model's name was listed. It was not Nyx. A small victory, but it felt hollow. I had confirmed one lie, but it didn't bring me any closer to the truth of who she was. It only made me more desperate to find the real person. She was trying to unmask me too. I could feel it. She started asking more specific questions that were harder to lie about. She asked about my favorite childhood memory, about my relationship with my parents. These weren't tests of a fake identity. These were questions for the real me. It felt like she was trying to see through the mask of Orion, to find the person underneath. I gave her pieces of the truth, small, altered fragments of my real life. I was lowering my defenses. I was letting her in. The near misses became more frequent. One evening, we were on a voice call. My dog started barking in the background. "You have a dog?" she asked. Her modulated voice filled with surprise. I had never mentioned a dog. It wasn't part of Orion's life. I panicked. I quickly said it was a neighbor's dog, that the walls in my apartment were thin. The lie was weak. I knew she didn't believe it. The silence that followed was heavy with suspicion. We were both getting too close to the fire. We couldn't continue like this. The lies were a cage. We agreed to meet, a final, terrifying step. We chose a neutral place, a small, quiet park in a city neither of us claimed to live in. We set a time, noon. We would both wear a red scarf, a simple sign, a way to identify each other in the crowd. The days leading up to the meeting were agony. Was I walking into a trap? Was she who I thought she was? Or was this the end of the game? I had to know. I had to see her face. I arrived at the park early. My heart was a hammer against my ribs. I sat on a bench, a red scarf wrapped around my neck. It felt like a target. I scanned the faces of everyone who walked by. Every woman was a possibility. Every shadow held a secret. Noon came and went. She wasn't there. I felt a wave of disappointment, then of anger. She had tricked me. She had won the game. I stood up to leave, the red scarf feeling foolish and heavy. As I turned, I saw him, a man across the park. He was standing up from a bench too. He looked nervous, defeated, and around his neck was a red scarf. My red scarf. He saw me at the same moment. His eyes widened. It was him, the man from the picture I had used for my profile. The handsome, confident man, my Orion. He was real, but he wasn't Orion. He was just a man in a park, a man who had been waiting for a woman named Nyx. We walked toward each other. Slowly, the park seemed to disappear. There was only him. He was looking at me with the same shock I felt. He was looking at the woman from the picture he had used, the beautiful woman with the laughing eyes. We had found each other. We had found our catfish. We had both stolen the same set of pictures, the same fake identities. We were not Orion and Nyx. We were two strangers, two liars, standing face to face, finally telling the truth without saying a word.